All right. Welcome, everybody, to our NBFL Wildcard round of the playoffs. This is the fifth game to be played. This one's featuring the Houston Treants. Treants? Whatever. Coached by Bazakistine, number 2 seed in the AFC, versus the number 7 seed, but not to be forgotten or counted out, Denver Broncos, coached by Jamon. These Lizards were, in fact, in the AFC title game last season. Came up a little short, but you know, seventh seed or not, they're in the playoffs and they have a chance. Houston's a very good team, number 2 seed. Baz is an exceptional coach. He's got some damn good players, including Stan Jones, strength 4, agility 5, strip ball, sidestep, tackle, war dancer. I mean, that's arguably top 3 player in the league. Some agility 5 support pieces. Yeah. Relatively deep Wood Elf roster. Bunch of rookies scattered throughout, but you got the numbers. Lizard's not super deep either, running 13. They've got 2 rookie Sorai, if I recall. Pretty good skinks. Agility 4, movement 9, strength 3, movement 9. So we'll see what Jamon can do against a formidable Wood Elf force. Jamon, assuming the crowd might be in his favor, it may not. It's hard to say. There's always people who hate on the elves. All right. It's true. Gark, if he's watching, which I assume he is, he's definitely cheering for the elves. So, yep. I don't blame you. They're fun. They're fun to watch, usually. Unlike those damn dwarfs last night. But the damn dwarves ended up winning, so joke's on us. Baz definitely plays them interesting. We'll get to see his offense later. It's commonly referred to as the Baz Dakistine offense, and it's something similar to what my frogs do from time to time. But he takes it to the extreme. Like you get the ball on offense, and your goal is usually like move it forward and put in the end zone. Generally, you want to take as much time off the clock as possible. If you need to 2-turn, you can 2-turn. If you can 1-turn, 1-turn. But Baz not only takes all 8 turns, he not only puts the ball into the other side of the field, he keeps the ball on his side of the field for much of the game. He uses every inch of the field that he can, every goddamn square. Astaflix joining us in Twitch chat. A 4-hour nap. Yes, sir. Just in time.
Whoop whoop.
Welcome, Asti. Quick snap for the lizards.
Hey XCon, how you doing?
You sound like you just woke up.
That's because I did.
That's because he did. Alright. I'm doing good. He's not hungover. He just has a really weird sleep schedule. And that he doesn't sleep. Work from 6 to 1. I feel that. Granted, I only worked 12 to 8 today. Well, 8:30, but got back just in time. I was about to say you need to move somebody for an assist for the Croxagore, but nope, that guy's strength 7, block, break, tackle. You don't need any kind of help for him. Get a blitz up top. Probably don't follow. Do we have any frenzy on the field? We don't, so he probably won't be getting surfed this turn. You got turned down for a date. Poor SD. Wait, are you saying you would have rather been on a date than watch this Blood Bowl game with us?
Oh, the date was for a later time.
Oh, fair enough.
It got postponed to until I get my vaccine, so.
Okay. So it's a person with a little bit of intelligence. Okay. It's good to know you're not always going for the dumb blondes.
They're a teacher and stuff.
Hmm. Asiflick's getting some after-hours anatomy lessons with his teacher. Four blocks, no armor break for the lizards. Guess you should be fouling there. Asiflick's cheering for his division mate. Only because I assume you look forward to the challenge of playing him again.
Playing Baz is always a treat. Sometimes I win, sometimes I lose, but every time I win or lose, he's happy, so I still win at the end.
Aww. Not to mention, if history is any indication, you guys seem to flip-flop your results, and he won last time, so if so facto, you're guaranteed to win this time in the playoffs.
I mean, exactly. Just anytime you play someone in Blood Bowl, the result is always guaranteed before the game starts.
100% of the time. Blitz by Stan Jones doesn't amount to much there. Oh, apparently there's the... Alright, Astiflick showing off his cheeks for the ladies, or men, or moose, or whatever he's into. We're not going to judge too much. Look, Walk, it's all about comfort. That old generation that like wore like jeans that scrunched up your scrotum and stuff, nobody wants that shit. You gotta be comfortable. You gotta show off what your mama gave you. Yeah, that's what leggings are for. You don't think your junk sticks out? Apparently, Wog's in a part of a country they don't have leggings for the ladies, which is a damn shame, because, whew. I am very scared to click that link that Gark posted. Assuming it's on topic.
Okay.
Assuming it's on topic.
I'll boldly go where no man has gone before in Gark's link.
Look,
It's
Wog.
a song called Yoga Pants.
Okay. Here's the thing. Sometimes you can use it to catch the lady's eye too, just like how they use it to catch our eyes. Wait, the real question is, do guy leggings have pockets? 5 pockets. Okay, that's huge. That's a game changer. Girl pants are notorious for not having pockets or enough pockets. See, now, the hoodie and leggings is like a good look for a female. That would get some points from me. But Asti, if you can rock it, I mean, more power to you, man. Jamon being very cautious with the ball here, as he perhaps should be. It's just a brutal matchup for Lizards. You've got generally strength 2 ball carriers, and it's hard to get block and sure hands and agility on them. And Baz over here just has this basically anti-skink weapon. Stan Jones can leap anywhere he wants on a 2, can dodge virtually anywhere on 2s and 3s. And yes, Dutch, the Wood Elves have a deeper bench than the Lizards. And still get some inducements. Not only does Baz have a deeper team, numbers-wise, he has an extra apothecary and a wizard. These lizards are probably a little bloaty. You noticed Jamon's got quite a few stat skinks. When you got extra movement, extra strength, block sidestep, extra agility, bunch of normals. But movement 9, block dirty player. I mean, those bloaty skinks start to add up. Oh, Asti, if you think Jamon's gonna make some questionable moves here, trying to, uh-oh, long distance blitz on the ward answer almost doesn't work. But if you watched my first half against Stim, it looked like I never played Blood Bowl before. It was bad. Well, I would counter argue the strength on a skink. It's very effective if the other team doesn't have plus strength. So if that ward answer or gutter runner or whatever else wants to leap in there or dodge in there and try to take on a skink, and you've got the same strength, all of a sudden it's not as big of a deal, and you're assuming your cage corners have guard. But when the ward answers also plus strength, doesn't help as much. That's fair, Walk. You don't have to like it, but you haven't played 300 games with lizards. Baz doesn't have to do anything. He can sit there and wait. Like, Denver has to come to him eventually. But it's also very unlikely that Baz is going to be able to remove a whole lot. His team's not really designed to remove anything. If you bonk a Saurus enough times, like maybe you can take one out, but doesn't really have a skink hunter outside of the ward answer that's currently on the ground. Long distance move by Stan Jones, who did use all of his movement, so he's kind of stuck there. I'd rather have him kind of in the middle, but even if Jamon reverses field here, I mean, there's so many elves in the middle still. It's not too bad. Moving both ward answers there kind of implies he wants Jamon to move back towards the middle. Yeah, I mean, it's a fair point. This is probably one of the very few matchups that Lizards will not be the faster team. Yeah, there's definitely mixed opinions on the Croxagore. Doesn't have guard, doesn't have stand firm, does have strength 7 and block and break tackle. I'm not sure what order he gained those in, but if you can slap guard on him in 76, then he's much better. And yeah, I mean, strength 7 break tackle can do some crazy things. Unfortunately, if you're having to rely on a Croxagore strength 7 break tackle play, things are probably not looking good. There wasn't actually an instance last night where the Dwarfs had the ball in the cage and the Croxagore was one of the few players who could hopefully make a play late in the game, and he didn't have break tackle and he was strength 6. So this guy, if they had swapped positions, this Croxagore could have potentially made the game-changing play. Granted, the other Croxagore's strength 6, block, guard, stand firm, grapple. He's basically perfect. But in that one instance, you'd rather have the strength 7 break tackle. And you let that go. Not a single armor break on the elf so far. Very interesting setup by the Wood Elves too. You've got a kind of a screened off Legion up here, a pocket down here, and there's kind of a gap in the middle, but it feels like he's really baiting him to go there. So the other thing you can do is kind of go back towards your side in the middle, but you'd already be down 3 turns and haven't moved the ball, which is fine. You're Lizards, you're fast enough, but you haven't removed an elf, you haven't moved the ball. It feels a little demoralizing, but perhaps that's the right play, because getting in the middle You get a good wizard, you've got plenty of guys to steal it, you've got plenty of guys to score. I think going into your own end is probably the right call, but he's gonna push. Let's see, let's count how far Stan Jones is away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 away. So even if he had to move around something or somebody, he has an extra movement. We'll see how well the guard is placed. You're really going to need one on every corner. He's got 3 nearby. Implement the EMA plan. Please elaborate. Uh-oh. Did I just walk into some kind of joke?
Yeah, the eat my ass plan.
Yep. Someone got me with something similar the other day. Hopefully we can't quote Wog on that. I don't think the context is very right. That's a weird spot for that source. Yes, Wog. Well, whatever. I do like having the skinks here as kind of a forward screen, so you can't just instantly get to where you need to go and leap. But wait, what? So we all just assumed he was going to go for the leap sack attempt, and he definitely didn't. So is he going to force Jamon to score in a turn or two, and then just equalize before the half and stall it out with the wizard in the back pocket? I mean, he's definitely isolated 3 of the Sorai. 2 of them are rookies, so they won't be doing much this game in theory. To your earlier comment, Wog, about the Lizard team, I'm not... Oh, didn't see him using that reroll there. Interesting. But he did want to completely free off or screen off Stan Jones. The roster's bloaty, for sure. Also, why are you dodging there, not blocking?
I hear opinions.
Jamon's had relatively decent health with the team until this season. He's got obviously 2 rookie Sorai late in the year, but he's got a lot of skinks that he's drafted over the years. You know, second round, you just take whatever's left, or even late in the first round, he took someone like Kenjong. I think Kenjong was early second, but regardless, a lot of bloat on the skinks. So this draft, obviously, he's going to be picking some Sorai. Hopefully the TV can drop as he kind of reconfigures the team, but you know, the lean, mean lizard machine like ATL usually has a lot of good regular seasons for them. Haven't had much playoff success, so who knows? No, it's true. I mean, Jamon usually gets 1 or 2 chipped a season, but just happened to have 2 of them chipped late in the season really hurt. Well, I suppose as anyone is wondering, the odds of us seeing a fireball this game are probably low. Baz has been of the opinion that the Zap is the much better choice against lizards, and I assume he's going to try to prove that, especially since the Strength 2, Agility 4 C. Ridley is the main ball carrier. I expect Jamon to cut some of the skanks, especially depending on how the team does in the playoffs. I mean, you love Ridley, Agility 4, but everything else is a normal. Niggling injury's bad, so you probably cut him. You still have Taylor Thompson, who you drafted last season. Ken Jong's move at 9. How are the other two? Just randos. We'll see if Jamon decides to stall. If you do want to stall, I think you have to go down near the corner, get as far away from Jones as possible. See, Ken Jeong, I want to like as a player. I think he would have been much better as a regular skink, but he took him as a chameleon. For whatever reason, just nobody drafted this player. He was, I think, like a line skilled or just a skilled player with plus movement, block, sidestep, sure feet. Amazing, catcher, gunner runner, decent ghoul if you just want to take something like that in the second round. And nobody took him until like the 45th pick or something. I was hoping he'd fall to me late in the second round for a frog catcher or something, but Jamon scooped him up and made him a chameleon, which I think most people would have just taken him as a regular skink. But I don't think he started with double MA, because that would have gone much higher in the draft. Let me check his history. Who am I looking for? Denver. Yeah, Keng Jong was block, plus movement, sidestep, sure feet, 65 SPPs. And his next skill up was plus MA, so yeah. He was definitely not double MA coming out of the draft. Also surprised he doesn't have the Duke tag on him, but he's definitely one of Kazarek's lizard spawn. Will we see our first armor break? Okay, we got a stun. That's progress. Next is a KO, right? Just keep moving down the list. Oh, people who don't like Surefeed are just wrong. Absolutely wrong. Surefeed is amazing on your main ball carrier. There are so many times where you're going to have to score from max distance or something like that, and it's so useful. You have dodge, you have stunty, you add sure feet, and the odds of you scoring with an agility 4 skink from anywhere from column 8, 9, and 10 out is just, it's very solid. I watch all of you motherfuckers GFI way too much to say Surefeed is a bad skill. I'm sorry. Asti, it's because you keep rolling stats on your runners. OTS has a really good dwarf runner who's plus agility, Surefeed. Oh, he's going for the zap. And it doesn't work! Wow. I believe with a strength 2 ball carrier, that's just a 3+ roll, right? Oh, 2+. Okay, yeah, that's terribly unfortunate. I'm not sure I would have used it there, but I get what he's thinking. If you zap the ball carrier, A, that's his best ball carrier and only agility 4. 2, if it scatters into the crowd and goes anywhere out of that corner, that's the Wood Elf Bog, almost guaranteed. And yes, my frogs did zap or miss 2 zaps on the season, but you're trying to frog a frog. That's a futile effort, sorry. That's your fault. But yeah, I got pretty fortunate to get out of our game with a tie. I mean, there's quite a few games I got fortunate to get out with a tie, but frog's gonna frog sometimes. I mean, to be fair, Jamon's thrown 7 blocks. He's got 1 armor break so far. So he's definitely not throwing a lot of blocks. Baz is obviously not giving him a ton, but it is a hard matchup for Lizards. But it's definitely nice when the opposing wizard doesn't do his job. So we'll see. You could run backwards and stall. You could score. I don't think you can realistically stay put. Menno has had some not so great wizards, that's for sure. It's also rare that Menno gets wizards because his team is usually just so damn fat. What is Jamon's going for the big blitz on the ward answer? I do like that Jamon's getting 3-die blitzes. Okay, there's our knockout, just as I called. The last turn, it was a stun. This turn it was a knockout, so next hit, guaranteed badly hurt. An extra XCon playoff prediction, if you will. And yes, Wog, your team is going to be kind of fat. Cut the assassin, which I don't think you have anymore. Cut the runner. Yeah, these. I promise, the assassin sounds cool. It never works. Literally, just awful. And there's our touchdown from Jamon. Now, the assassin, shadowing on him is absolutely useless. I'm glad they finally made him movement 7 in the new rule set, but he's still going to be dog crap. Do not use the assassin. The runner, I wouldn't use either. You have Vin Riddick to carry the ball, now that everybody's relatively skilled up in your blitzer core. So, Vin Riddick as your ball carrier, blitzers for support, witch elves for frenzy surfs and all the fun stuff. Bunch of fodder with sidestep, blodge, guard, fend, whatever. A little bit of wrestle, maybe dirty player. I go back and forth on wanting kick on Dark Elves. Okay, Wog, you have an Agility 5 runner. That's cool. But when you needed him most in the playoffs, just to like a simple little dump off to any one of your players against Stim, what did he do? He fumbled it backwards into Stim's player and ended up losing you the game. You should cut him for performance issues, just like Menno did with that one Agility 4 GOAT that he had, that Baz picked up in the X-Pan draft and became the 2-time Offensive Player of the Year. No, keep the MA7 line elf. He's great. He's basically another blitzer. OTS asking how Baz affords 15 players by end of season. It's because he doesn't take blocks. It's because he's in his own half the entire time. It's true. I mean, the lino does add a little bit of blow, but Stim was carrying around a quad -4, which is what quad means. Quad minus MA catcher for years. He had like I don't know, Stim had all of these GIMP players for years. I don't want to hear Stim's opinion on bloaty elves. Granted, Stim was a damn good elf coach, and he should have completely whooped my ass in that playoff game, and instead we found a way to drag him through the mud all the way through to the coin toss after overtime. Jamon did score early, but based on how things were going, he had to. So it does seem likely that we're going to be 1-1 at the half, but the offense for the Treants hasn't been what you usually expect from Elves. They've been much more grindy, so this game would seem to be going to form for them, but we'll see. Quick snap helps get away from a couple players you don't want to mess with anyways. I try to ignore a lot of what you say, but
Damn, I almost missed the game.
you missed a quarter of it, maybe.
It's another NBFL game?
Another playoff game.
Yeah?
I mean, that's all we have left at this point, but
Which one did I miss?
well, you missed part of this one.
Ah, right.
We had a turn 5 score by Jamon. We had a failed zap from the Elves. So we'll see if the, 4-turn Wood Elf offense gets the job done before halftime. Picture perfect spacing for the most part for the Wood Elves. Everybody up top is 2 apart. A little bit of scrunch at the bottom, but the 4 turns is pretty long. He's gonna DAC in the second half. Don't worry, we're gonna see plenty of that. Dutch, I don't think he meant to waste the wizard. I think he was planning for the wizard to work on a 2+, and then the ball would hopefully scatter into the crowd. Where, I mean, I don't know the exact odds with the throw-in tool or meter, whatever that damn thing is, but there was a good chance that he was just going to be able to walk over, grab the ball, and basically have the game in hand if that worked, but unfortunately it did not work. So I think the fear of the wizard definitely helped push Jamon. But certainly Baz is relatively okay with him scoring before turn, 7 and 8. I will say that Jamon's team is a little different than it has been in the past. He's got 2 left, Sorai, that have Blodge. One's Blodge Step, but he used to have, it seemed 4 to 5 on a roster at a time, and it was quite the pain for most people to deal with.
So he is continuing to DACA this one, but isn't it time to run 1 or 2 downfield through this gap?
You would think so. There's a decent gap next to Mobley, who's pretty bare bones. He's old basic Saurus. You got a nice gap here. Dodge out. Granted, Franklin would go and just blitz anything you send down there. But it is turn 6, so you've only got 2 turns left to get the ball in scoring position. So he goes right through the gap we talked about. Yep. So
I mean, you always need a second one, so it is truly a problem, right?
Yeah, I think this is a good extra guy to have down there.
Maybe this one too. Let's see where it goes. And
the problem is you don't want to bunch up too much here with your spacing.
One more.
I think if you go right at column 10, so 2 squares right of Mobley, kind of right after dodging through, and you're going to have to sacrifice Nick Martin. He's going to have to hold up Tailgater.
Okay.
Need to protect the ward answer. Oh, man, yeah, I guess he could have taken a shot at Stan, but Stan's strength 4, so...
Yeah, no.
Javon's got to be careful of not overcommitting... Oh, that's convenient.
That's bitter.
Aggressive, yeah.
So this leaves Mobley with his block without a reroll. Those are always scary.
You're not
I hate
too
to block
worried about
without the
that.
block skill.
But Javon's got to be really careful of overcommitting here, because if the Wood Elves can all just rush this half and get a bunch of players in scoring position, wow, he does that move before doing something else, and he finally gets another knockout.
Yeah, good rookie.
So definitely not badly hurt like I predicted earlier. So, whoops, but it's coming.
Maybe he already overcommitted. Let's see.
He's doing a pretty good job of keeping even. I almost think you just can't block with Tailgater, though. Because if he gets wrestled down or something, that's a huge gap.
Yeah, he won't. Oh!
Well, he does.
Okay. In 3D, maybe.
But you shouldn't follow. Hey, there's a... I told you. I told you it was coming.
So the gap now is obvious, but it's a sidestepper, so the other gap is more obvious.
You think you want to go through Mobley?
Yeah.
Oh, I would have moved Adrian Claiborne back towards the middle as a safety.
Let's see, where's the gap? The best one. I mean, there are 3 right now.
And do remember, we've got Agility 5 catcher up top, not marked by tackle. Granted, he is marked by movement 9 shadowing, which I suppose is the main reason Kenjong was taken as Chameleon's King. Shadowing plus movement 8 originally when he was drafted is interesting. Yeah, I think going through Mobley makes a lot of sense.
And he will set up a cage, maybe double tagging one of those kings, I guess. Both, maybe.
Problem is you're so far in your backfield that you're not going to get a lot of people to column 9, which is where the linos would need to be. Catchers can be at 10. Well, no, they can be at 11. Technically.
I think I would put one dude on the Crocs. I just hate when he busts a cage somehow.
It's got break tackle, though.
He has break tackle.
Strength 7 break tackle. He can get anywhere he wants to go. Assuming he's smart enough to do it.
Okay, so building a cage there is a bit tricky. Can be done. You take the risk of a 2D uphill push and an opening somehow.
There's just not enough room here to make a complete cage without having something being tagged as a cage corner, but
maybe he's not caging up there. I mean,
he could probably just send the ball backwards. I mean, your thrower's accurate, so I mean, he's not super adept at, you know, longer passes, but probably serviceable. Yeah, I mean, moving his king and scoring range is nice, but I'm not sure you can afford it. You're going to need all your resources just to stop the elves. If you were up players, maybe?
What is he constructing there?
Yeah, where is AJ going? Because it looks like he's constructing like a half cage, but you'd have a
that...
pretty simple blitz from
put it anywhere. He
one
has
of the
to
two,
drop back.
yeah. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
Maybe
9. He's technically within blitzing range of Taylor Thompson, who's also strength 3. Granted, yeah, that's better. I agree, Jeffro. It is more dump off.
Shadowing. Yeah. Shadowing. Yeah.
This might take a while. Well, maybe not. Yeah, when Ken Jeong was initially drafted, I guess the reasoning was the movement 8 shadowing is a very useful tool to have against elves, and I mean, it is, and especially since he rolled an extra movement, but when you don't have that guy tagged by diving tackle or tackle. Well, speaking of diving tackle. Also, did Baz just go tag the diving tackle with his agility 5 dodge? Interesting. Granted, there was a discussion this afternoon about how diving tackle is not great against agility 4. It's much better against agility 3.
All right, now, what's your Blood Bowl IQ? This is some puzzle he put out there.
Yeah, this is brutal for Jamon or anybody to figure out how to cover. You can't hit the ball from a quick glance, so you've got to block up top with a skink with 2 assists. You can tag both Stan and Aaron with the Crocs if he moves. So you blitz either Jonathan Joseph, Andre Johnson.
You blitz Stan Jones.
Yeah, I mean, blitzing Stan Jones makes sense.
Yeah, you need to get rid of him if you...
But I think, I don't know, these catchers at the bottom, they have catch, they have dodge.
Yeah, he does the right thing, maybe killing it, let's see.
Oh, he's not going to kill him. He's just going to give him a little love tap.
Mighty blow against Armor Value 7. Good enough for now, but yeah.
OTS, we were yelling at you last night for not piling on.
He won't be able to afford. He won't be. Yeah, he can't afford.
I mean, granted, the stun on Jones is very impactful because that's the guy you can just walk over and block off a Saurus blocker with in general.
He would try to power this one. This keeps one skink for Jonathan. The Crocs maybe for Andre Johnson. Another Saurus on Aaron Glenn. Yeah, it's getting there.
Tagging up those 2 linos so it's harder for them to contribute. It's not a bad idea. Who's the most likely target at this point? Well, doesn't matter.
Should have been a reroll. I was
going to say,
this point. What else?
I think I would have moved the Crocs last so you could use the reroll on them.
What else will you roll?
Well, you're gonna block up top here.
Yeah.
And
but
then
you take it both down, so yeah.
Yeah, Baz not using his Baz Dacasine offense yet. I know we're gonna see that in the second half, but definitely using a very good elf offense here with 4 to 5 scoring options, even with Stan Jones on the ground.
Yeah, you can put another guy on 2 catchers, and the 3rd catcher will be the option.
So if you're Baz here, like, who's your best scoring option? Like, what's our best window? He's marked by tackle. He's marked by tackle. The bottom catcher seems like the best option, but how are we getting through? You've got a strength 3 sidestepper. Okay, that's tougher now.
That option is gone.
Oh, he goes for the foul and snakes it against Stan Jones.
I mean, you need to get rid of
1, 2, 3,
Adrian
4, 5, 6, 7,
Playmore.
8, 9. I feel like we're just going to throw the ball. What do they say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
To Brennan?
I mean, Ryan... No. Veronica's a good option here. You just go... You throw to Veronica because you have your pass reroll. And then Veronica runs up and hands off to Aaron. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You could even. Oh, it's a strength 5.
Yeah, but it's the option. I mean, it's strength 5, but there's no diving tackle. You can just give him the ball. 1D him? No, 2D him. You just need one dodge. 1D
He's going
him.
one
Okay.
die push.
All right.
But that's all you need, and now you're gonna
Yep.
throw
Easy peasy.
and walk in.
I thought maybe it would be worth it to get a dodge in there. No. Because fourth down would screw you a bit, so maybe better odds with getting one guy there. But
Who knows?
good-
But what we do though, well, it is tie game at halftime. We've got 10 specs. We got some people watching on Twitch. We got some people in chat. We've got one more half of Blood Bowl to determine. Well, I'm not sure really. I guess if Denver wins, we know they get to face Miami, which is not much of a consolation prize. If Houston wins, they would get the lowest remaining AFC seed, which could be the Sinners, could be the Dolts. I don't think it can be Cleveland. I think Cleveland's the 3. I don't even remember anymore. Was Las Vegas the 3? No. I think Vegas is 4. Yeah, Cleveland's 3. I suppose I can check that on the standings page, can't I? Alright, so Miami's 1. Cleveland had 48. Las Vegas had 40, so... Oh, this page is very far behind. Okay. Gotta find the Uber standings. Oh. Yeah, so Cleveland was a 3. So Miami probably can't face Cleveland. Alright, we'll figure that out later. Cleveland was a division winner. So Asti was the 5 seed as a wild card. Somebody was the 6 seed. New York was the 6 seed as a wild card because they just... You have Rel in your division, so... Even if you finish like 7-2 and whatever. Sorry, wild card. And here's the glorious Baz Dakistine offense in action, using every inch of the field, forcing the opponent to overextend themselves, and once an opening appears, boom, you swarm it, you're through, touchdown.
It's a good situation for Baza here.
I'm trying to figure out what the best defense against something like this is. Like, there's literally 11 elves in his own backfield with the ball. It is a tie game at least, so it's not like he can just sit there the entire time. He does theoretically want to score before the half is over.
Problem is he has also leap, so you can't set up a defense back there that would be effective. So you need to engage. I think best defense against this is in your drive really eliminate a big part of their team, because just like this.
I mean, I think you would have liked to have more armor breaks at this point, but you're not getting a lot of blocks.
Yeah.
And when you have blitzed or gotten blocks, you just have not been overly successful. But just on the field for like what you have in front of you, like, is just staying at midfield your best option and not getting spread out?
Yeah, no. I mean, the longer you don't engage there, the longer he's playing his game, and he will have a chance to score. So you need to try to rough him up somehow. Flips him.
But when he has like a strength 4 one answer just to come over and knock down any of your players outside of the Croc score, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Granted,
Just clip the strong corner, man. I mean,
I think lizards in particular have an interesting tool against this. How they can get a skink in there with stunty, and maybe get a decent shot on a ball carrier who's only strength 3 dodge. But
but how do you get 1D or even 2D? It's
you've got a strength 3 skink in there. At least you should still.
Look
Yeah,
at
there's
what
Taylor
he did.
Thompson.
I mean, Chaemon managed to do something here. He can at least cut this way off. Problem is, how do you?
Can he though?
What do you do against the change of direction then?
Because he's
Side
got.
switch.
He's only gonna be able to get one Saurus out in front.
No, Saurus in front, skink behind.
I was gonna say, yeah, you could
yeah.
double stack with the skinks here, but
Yeah, then it's closed. He won't risk a turn 3 leaping or anything. That would be an early score, so he would have to switch sides. The thing is, can you do anything against that then?
Dutch makes a really good point in the Twitch chat. How does Denver ever hope to win a Super Bowl without a logo?
Oh,
and I suppose it's with plays like that, getting him badly hurt on that catcher.
yeah, nice. This helps.
But that's a fair point. Like, Houston's logo's awesome. Plenty of other logos in this league are great or just sufficient. Denver just has a no logo look. Perhaps they're going for that clean Penn State helmet where it's just white, nothing on it. I don't know.
So I think Chaemon did the right thing there. He rushed forward in a way he can engage many woodies. Already got one out. It will be interesting. Oh. Oh, this is a block. Okay.
I don't know. I've tried to theorize the better ways to deal with an offense like this.
I think we see a kind of a blueprint there. You can't just defeat it. There's not the option, but he's putting good pressure there. And he's spread out enough. Clipping the other edge won't be easy, so he's winning time for another couple of removals, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah, and Lizards do have the speed to counter this better than, say, an Orc team would, or even a Chaos team. So,
yeah,
certainly
it
helps.
was brutal playing against those last season. Ugh.
That's the thing, Gark. That catcher is going to be, an issue, and he's technically in scoring range thanks to movement 8 and sprint. But Baz does not want to score. He also does not want Stan Jones to be failing simple dodges, but...
Thing is, Morgan Taylor now maybe will have to blitz backwards. It will be a 3D, so that's fine. But yeah, he needs to extend well then. His entire team. Interesting to let Dwayne Brown there. So his life is worth less than Adrian Claymore's movement. Take that, Claymore.
Aggressive reroll
Take
there,
that,
but
Brown.
now we have somebody who's blodge step tackle marking the ball, so that's going to be annoying to dodge away from and annoying to blitz with Stan Jones. So in theory, you have to commit someone to cover this square, then you blitz with Stan. Oh, well,
there you have it, Mr.
Dwayne Brown definitely sacrificed there for the team
your
effort.
Your life is less worth than Adrian Claymore's movement of one turn. That's just sad. Poor Brown.
I don't know, this infamous Baz Dacasine offense, maybe it's not working out right now. You got one player out, you've got somebody stunned, and now the ball's marked. You've literally gone backwards from where you were a turn ago, and maybe even 2 turns ago. I think it was about the same.
He is not really fighting for the inches, you know, it's different kind of offense. But running out of players is a problem for any offense, so let's see.
I mean, there is a pretty large swath of field up here if you can get through Mobley, and that's not very difficult. He's just a babysaurus. So you hand off to Veronica. You set up a guard assist.
Speed mode now. I mean, he really didn't have to. It's just a 2D dodge, but yeah. Why not?
Yeah, but now you keep Morgan Taylor, who's a very good defensive piece, like stuck in the backfield. And yeah, Jamon did commit several resources to stopping this catcher who was legitimately not going to be a scoring option or even a thought in Bez's head.
I mean, King Jeong, this chameleon, is a bit of an overcommitment here, you see. Yeah. He will be missed on the other side right now.
This is kind of a relatively passive move here for Baz.
Mobley, yeah, you will be bullied all day long.
Now the problem is you can't really move Stan Jones forward because he's going to get insta-blitzed by Franklin.
Anyway, so he must for the team, for the offense.
Maybe.
Where else will you go?
No, don't need more break tackle on Lizards. It's kind of a crutch. Like if you're getting out position, that's when you need break tackle. B, it's not as good on Lizards in Blood Bowl 2020, so...
See, he needs the space, otherwise the ball gets swarmed. So he needed to put Stan Jones in harm's way. Interesting.
But if he blitzes Stan Jones, he can't threaten the ball. Like, it'd be tough to go through the blodge stuff. But...
Oh yeah, but you just ignore this tag the ball opportunity this time because it's an agility 5 Speedy Gonzalez, so you find Stan Jones there.
You can't use a reroll here.
No, you shouldn't. No. Franklin.
This is not a regular season game where you don't need rerolls in overtime. That's the playoffs, man.
I mean, you're so used of getting your set of rerolls every half, but well, those are the last rerolls you have now, and maybe for the season if you continue like that.
Also, this is why you need to take Frenzy more. That way you get a follow-up block.
I see a serve. I think he takes it. You can't resist this one. Oh, yeah.
Dutch in the Twitch chat pointing out he really wants to see that Croxagore cage dive here sometime.
Well, that won't happen, but he's helping.
Well, now he's free, and also he's one more casualty away from Legend, so hopefully he can finally get guard, because Jesus Christ, having that guy neutralized by like a 40k value zombie has got to feel gut-wrenching.
I mean, Jamon is playing really well there, but damn, he shouldn't spend reroll.
Yeah, the reroll is definitely not worth it, but defense is very solid. Baz is kind of running out of options.
He gets the Saurus, so no. Look at this. Look at it.
Is he going to just push it down the sideline?
Yes, he serves him.
Oh, he's going to surf the boy.
Yes. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm not sure this is...
Yeah, this is awesome.
Good. Well, that's good. You have to... No, you apple that. What are you doing?
Jamon and his resources. It's a weird chapter, man.
I mean, at this point, your plan is to hold him and get to overtime. So having that Saurus back would be extremely useful. And the odds of him hurting any Saurus of consequence is very minimal. So, I don't know.
Tailgater gets another one to eat. He's getting fed well today. Yum, yum, yum.
Gator bait, as they say. Now, it does kind of feel that old Aaron Glenn is suddenly going to be the hero potentially again.
Who?
The catcher at the bottom, you know? See, you forgot about him, so Jamon could have too. Oh my god, he used another reroll. If you don't just like kill Stan Jones here, that was not worth it.
This was a bad, terrible roll.
2 turns in a row going for aggressive.
It was an absolutely stupid reroll, but it's the second one in a row. Consecutive turns.
Oh,
Damn.
God. Okay, you've got to go keep the Saurus back. You've got the catcher in the middle to worry about. But the Agility 5 Lino at the bottom. Yeah, that's the play for Baz here. If, oh no. Okay, that hurts. I don't know, OTS. Even if he removes Stan Jones, if Baz finds a way to score and win, I mean, obviously didn't matter.
OTS, no.
If it goes to overtime and Baz still has 4, because Baz does not need to score here. He just has to make sure Jamon doesn't score. So he could punt the ball to the other end zone if he wanted to and keep all of his rerolls and play for overtime where Jamon has 1 reroll. That's a legit strat you could do right here because you're in such a bad position. If Tailgater hadn't taken down Brennan, he could have dodged away, blitzed off Vance, or provide an assist for Aaron to blitz through the skink, and there's literally no one back here. There needs to be some sort of deep safety. So I think that's a small mistake as well.
I think it's time to push through, but man, Baza has a patience. Yeah.
Or Veronica's just literally just going to go straight through.
I mean, it's 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus. With rolls all along. So, with 1 tackle. So
GFI. Veronica's sure hands. This player rings a bell. For some reason, I really wanted to draft this player to replace my minus MA frog catcher, who was the exact same skill set, and decided to trade down with Baz so he can come up and take this player.
I mean, good go for it, I guess, but yeah, it costs a reroll. Let's see.
It's true, and he's still got to get a bunch of other players over there.
The thing is, he's out of tackle range, right? So, best thing Jamon can get
Jonathan
is a
Joseph can get through there with a 3 and a 2. David Johnson can get away with a dodge. Okay, gets through there. Probably put him on column 12.
Yes, OTS. He just ran through with triple 2 plus dodge.
Yeah, he literally just ran through with AG5.
Oh, he will try
Where's
to
David Johnson going here? He's
skin.
probably going for, yeah, Thompson.
He can leap on K-Joe. But it will be Thompson, yeah. Yeah, nice.
Oh
no.
He was going for Kenjong, which isn't a bad idea,
Yeah.
but snakes the dodge. Oof.
Yeah, it was a naked snake.
Yeah, nothing but unlucky. Well, we'll see if Jamon can do something with his chance here. He's got Taylor Thompson, strength 3, who can get around in theory. He's got Kenjong free.
He will get too deep, probably. So
that definitely helps, though. Keeps Cortland Sutton in place.
I guess Taylor will have to do it.
We do want to kind of keep in the back of our mind, Jamon might want to keep a skink in scoring range on turn 7.
Well, it's all hands full now.
But obviously, if you give up the score, you're probably not going to win.
He should try to get a 3D here, so he needs to free up one's king.
I think marking with Kenjong first makes sense, and then Thompson's got a 3+. Let's see.
It's a 2+. It's a 2 dice, so he can get a 3D.
Oh, he fails the dodge too. So it comes down to ye old shadowing.
But yeah, it doesn't really matter against agility 5 dodge, or let's see.
Well,
maybe
he's got to get away from the movement first. What if he literally follows him all the way into the end zone?
Well, it's 8 2+. I have seen weirder stuff.
Alright, so what's Baz's play here? Yeah, I mean, Jaemon should have definitely kept a safety in the middle for something just like this. Yeah, definitely could have helped.
It's not even scoring time for Veronica. He must and he will stall one turn there.
Do you think he can afford to?
No, he must. So
Well, I mean,
he just wins it.
Yeah, there's not really anybody else to contest besides Kenjong.
Yes. That's what I'm talking about. And he has David
maybe
Johnson
the
back
skink
there.
at the bottom can help out if he's on this half of the field, but I think the end of Baz's turn, he's going to block with Aaron Glenn, because even if you just push and follow, you're in scoring range with Glenn, technically.
Nah, I think you dodge and you make Vance Johnson either miss the diving tackle or diving tackle and be out of range to help it anyway. So yeah.
Decisions, I suppose.
Basa is a pretty good spot right now. Only a snake or something like that could. Don't talk about snakes.
He is sidestep, so you can't really try to just blitz away.
I mean, weird things can happen. Snake, also a POW by the skink, pick up fail afterwards by the Rudy.
Going for a leap early, interesting.
He trusts this guy, you know.
I mean, you should definitely trust Stan Jones, but what is he going for? Like, why do you need to cut that off? He's going for a handoff.
Oh.
And we're going to be playing a little bit of... Well, never mind. You know, you swear shadowing is good. Granted, I mean, movement 9 versus movement 8 is not that, Oh.
No handoff.
Interesting.
I knew it.
I wonder what he was going to do if he decided to hand off. Was he just handing off to Stan? And
No good option. This is the best option there.
Interesting.
Sometimes, you know, if you want extra power on a move, you just...
He used a reroll there. Interesting. I mean, granted, if you get that player down, there's nobody...
Yep. That's it. That's a successful stall there. And probably game.
I mean, Kenjong's fast, so he's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He can get there with double GFI. Oof.
Good
you
one.
have an extra apothecary, so might as well use it. Yep. Okay, Aaron Glenn will, in theory, make it back for next round.
Yeah, and Vance Johnson out of any position to get there. He was in range to pull off a 2D on the ball, helping Kenjong, but yeah, now it's just 1D option on this
5,
one.
6, 7, 8.
No,
yeah,
yes,
Skink up
there's a
top
go for
can't do anything. He probably could have dodged that Skink out last turn, but I think he was trying to go for the ball and he got unlucky. So comes down to Kenjong, second round draft pick from 2 seasons ago, I believe, from Duke. taking on former college player Veronica Sherhands from USC. Basically, you're fishing for a POW, and I think unfortunately, if you
again. Oh,
interesting,
big one.
interesting.
He will do it. Use it. Oh man.
Yeah, he uses it. Interesting.
Good one. Taylor Thompson is your guy for the.
I mean, if you just tag with Kenjong, shadowing's not going to really do anything for you, so I guess you could always snake the dodge, but interesting. So Jaemon placing his hopes on the old lizard one turn. He's got movement 9. He's got movement 9 sure feet sidestep, which is a hell of a piece to have. So maybe it's not Kenjong's defense that the game comes down to. Maybe it's Kenjong's offense. Granted, I was going to say this. David Johnson might have something to say about that, but not with diving tackle and everything else.
There it is.
Touchdown for Houston. Things didn't look like we get there at a certain point in the half, but the old Baz D'Agostino offense lulls them to sleep and cuts through the gap.
Look at this game at the Wood Elf bench without a scratch, man. They're missing a guard liner for next game. Damn. That's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, he's done a good job. He's only taken 30 blocks in a full game so far. He's going to take a couple here at the end, but looks like he's going to do the standard NAF style one-turn defense, which I guess is mathematically one of the better ways to do it. He is missing a player, so can't quite complete the double stack. Against lizards, this makes a lot of sense, though, having them spread out, because even with Stunty, you're not doing multiple tackle zones like you would with a normal double stack. He has to make a lot of dodges, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 technically to get through. You could probably do less if you go around the edges, but we'll see what Jaemon can come up with here. We've got one sidestepper on the line at the bottom. So you're going to come in from the top, probably hit Owen Daniels. He's using Taylor Thompson as his main guy, which is interesting. I think Kenjong's the better pick. I mean, Ridley's not a bad option either. Agility 4, sprint.
So this is again the point where you really miss a Francis-saurus or a Grab-saurus. He could just avoid the double column here and come from the other side, or make it just tougher to set up for Bazakastin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no friends at least. So.
Yeah, I think Kenjong's got to be the pick over Thompson. I mean, they're both movement 9 sidestep, but Kenjong has sure feet, if I recall. Yeah, and you're down to 1 reroll, so between the blitz and the pickup and the catch and anything else you might need to do, you may have to use that reroll before you get to the GFIs.
And yeah, this is reroll time, and then even if he succeeds, he would be out of reroll, so it's getting tough. I think it's game, but but this is game.
Okay. Well, Franklin's coming in from the top. He's getting a 2-die on Daniels. You're pushing him into Morgan, but then you could push him forward. So I think you need to put Thompson where. Yeah, I think this.
Yes. And with sidestep, he uses the first here. Push. That's
so
good.
You're movement 9, so you need to be 11 out.
Yeah,
so you really only need 2 pushes. Yeah, that's not bad.
But we're again, Frenzy, Juggernaut, any useful skill there. I find it always hard to get all the skills I want on the Saurus.
Oh, for sure. Gark, you're directing that towards Baz like he's able to didn't read that. I mean, in the future, he can definitely read that if he watches the replay, but... Alright, so we're coming in from the top with Franklin, pushing Daniels into Thompson, but who I still think should be Kenjong. Like, they're literally the same player, except you have another skill that's useful on Kenjong that Thompson doesn't have.
Of course, the A-Pro was perfect, because if he doesn't manage to do the one-turner here, you win, and it's over, and your war dancer is safe. But if he manages to do it, you maybe need that guy.
Well, think about it this way. If he didn't use that, and you only have 9 players, this defense is much more difficult because you don't have David Johnson or Stan Jones in one of those 2 spots. And so you'd probably have to, with this number, like, stack the back line.
It's no question that was correct choice. I mean, the weird decisions were on the other side, where the Saurus went out without a A-Pro, and the double reroll.
I mean, I guess I can see why not using it on the Badly Hurt on the Surf, because the most likely outcome was perhaps this one, where the elves do score on the final turn. Extra reroll could be very useful if they do manage to get it to overtime.
The kicker of the elves died some games ago, right?
Alright, we got our push. Goes into Thompson. Thompson goes forward. We get another block by Michael von Bargen, the 9th. I need to talk to Ioneer about his naming system, because I just noticed again in his graduates that Skellen Crossbony's the 8th, and Michael von Bargen the bullshit number 9. Like, Ioneer, you got to come up with some new player names, man. You can't use the same 11 names for every player that ever comes to your stupid school. This is a huge block here. You got to take this.
This is the wrong angle. You really.
It's just confusing, Garg. Let's say the Navy has 2 players in the same game in the pros, and he's really looking for a 3-die block here, but it doesn't look like you're going to get it.
He needs to.
This is clutch, and he gets the takedown.
Good one.
The problem is you've kind of also blocked off your easy path to get Thompson the ball on a handoff.
It's alright. He can get a 3D on.
Oh, snaps. That's a good player. That.
Ouch!
Speaking of Navy draftees, Ryan Conroy III from Navy is dead, so I'm sure Ryan Conroy IV is just a mere draft or 2 away.
To make this 3D. 3D, please. Peyton Hill. Don't be stupid good.
But now you just blocked your path again.
No. Now he's fine. Oh, again, he blocked it. Okay.
You're gonna have to throw, which in Blood Bowl 2020 the Chameleon's apparently good at throwing, but for a skink. Pass with Ridley. Very close. You can't even GFI to make this closer, so might as well just throw it from there. It's probably what, a 4?
Oh man, this is it.
Can you go down 2 and make it closer? No, like what if 2 Navy graduates like Michael von Borgen the 7th and Michael von Borgen the 9th were playing in this? It's just too confusing. Like, get some different names.
Yeah.
Like, literally go to ESPN.com, look up Navy, look up the roster, copy and paste names from the current roster. We'll send them money later if we have to, because of all the naming rights stuff.
I don't do the copy paste thing.
All right, Lizard passing 6+. 4+, no problem. Taylor Thompson, no pressure.
Man, I really shouldn't call any games anymore.
Yeah, you're can't tell if you're a good luck charm or bad luck charm. All right.
Man, of course it's lips.
1 dodge, 2 dodge.
Oh man.
3 dodge.
Oh man.
4 dodge.
Oh no.
5 dodge. Oh no.
Oh man. Oh man.
Boy, it'd be really inconvenient if you failed to GFI. Oh my god. But Houston has the ball with 9 elves, 3 rerolls, no apothecary though.
Oh man.
Wow, that deserves a clap. It wasn't the most picture perfect 1 turn I've ever seen, but hey, you just, roll good enough sometimes.
Gark, this is
That's
not
all
me.
I know.
Nobody has this kind of power. Oh man.
Use the
It happens
AG4.
every
See,
time,
I mean,
swear.
the AG4 makes sense as the guy who should get it, but when you have two skinks that are faster, that have sidestep, that have one of them has sure feet, so he should have been the guy, and you can use the AG4 to pick up.
He has enough elves.
And then throw it.
Gark. Yeah, it just.
Yeah.
Hey, I mean, maybe if I think about it, maybe I screwed the Seahawks when they fucked it up with this interception against the Patriots, because I called the game right before that.
You made a lot of... I was so conflicted in that game. I was so tired of hearing about Seattle and all their bandwagon fans and the Legion of Boom and all that bullshit. But I also do not like the Patriots, and so...
It's confusing.
Yeah, that was a tough Super
Seahawks
Bowl.
on my team. I mean, I like them. Oh, maybe I screwed them. Thinking about it. Damn. Let's see. If Barca wins,
Gark going back and making
it's all fine.
making the research easy for us. 6-4-6-4-6-2-5-3-6. That's
just an average thing here in Fumble. I mean, I literally had, I think it was this annoying small man, score against me with 5 6s in a row.
Oof.
He even needed 1 or 2 of those 6s, at least one. Yes, 5 6. It was 6 6 6 6 6. Really, I mean, it's there. You can check my games against him. Oh, yeah, it happens. So there are some other numbers sparkled in there that is a relief, 6 4 6 4.
The problem is with the setup Jamon chose. Not only does Houston get another reroll, which has nothing to do with Jamon's setup, Aaron Glenn just walks down the sideline, parks himself around column 6. David Johnson blitzes through the skink at the top. The other catcher, Veronica, runs over here, gets a little easy sideline cage. You got 2 scoring threats on opposite sides. You can't cover them both. And then,
yeah, I mean, Jamon really would like to see a sideline cage if it's too tight, because then Michael von Bargen has a chance with break tackle. So maybe he's debating a little bit there.
Yeah, Aaron Glenn, easy scoring range. Not getting a blitz on the skink.
I mean, this is just, I mean, it's an elf offense. It's even 9 elves, so it's still almost the same.
Interesting. Baz going for the safe route. Staying going through Peyton.
The thing is, at this point, you can't do a lot of things. You usually stop an elf offense by the clock. You get the 2-1 green, something like that. Green.
Clutch pickup by McCarron.
It's overtime. You don't have another half, so the main option to stop an elf offense is gone. So it's usually unstoppable.
McCarron just out of range of Peyton Hillis on a blitz, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You could get fancy with it if you wanted to and take Taylor Thompson, come around the back, but probably not worth it. And you may need him to cover a couple of these targets. This is why this matchup is so damn hard for Lizards. Like, what do you do here? You've literally got to stop all 3 options.
I mean, first thing you do at this point is regretting not having a single Francis Orth.
True.
Yeah.
Second thing you do is regret not blocking instantly to start the turn with Tailgater, just to send a message, not because it's the right thing to do. All right, there's our blitz by Franklin, who probably making a 3-die wasn't worth it, committing that many players, but interesting leaving Cortland Sutton there. Granted, you don't want to overcommit too much, because then this pocket of elves just walks downfield, but
So Tailgater just needs one casualty for another skill.
Yeah, I
Could be
mean, it's
fun.
what are the odds of him getting it on this turn against Owen Daniels, who's already kind of beat up? Mr. Daniels got a little gimp in his leg. He can't get away from this just like absolutely massive Croxagore just bearing down on him, and he goes "Rrrr," and like just breaks his other leg or something. What are the odds?
Yeah. Pretty good. Good thing Shaman is not giving up anything here.
Nothing
Still
easy.
doing-
I
doing a
assume
really
Kenjong's
good
coming
job.
over and double teaming Aaron Glenn.
Oh
Oh no, Tailgater.
This is a bad moment.
Yep. That's a lot of elves who can cut through the middle all of a sudden.
I mean, damn, you could get a level up. You could be the hero for the screen here. This is a bad moment. Isn't it always?
Yeah, there's really never a right time for a bonehead. Very shocked though that Kenjong's not tagging Glenn, but granted your pass block is within range of both of those, but you're also like in walking distance of a ward answer smacking you in the face.
On the other side now, I mean, there's not really much left on that side. And yes, Garki overcommitted a bit.
Perhaps.
Here we go.
I mean, it's hard to have the perfect defense here in the situation. You've got to not overcommit up top. Well, like from up top. You've got to stop these catchers. You had to stop the agility 5 dodge guy up here.
Where will he put him? Huh?
Yeah, kind of an awkward spot for Stange. It's not the first time this game where he's gone like on long distance blitzes, and then he's like not quite got enough movement left to like be safe afterwards.
Yeah, that's probably right. And then Owen Daniels, he just has the worst job. He needs to cover Franklin now. Yeah.
Yeah, Owen Daniels. Not you get away from the Croxagore because he kind of went dumb, and now you got to go mark a strength 5 mighty blow Saurus. Like he's got a tough job today, but he's a trooper. That's what we'll say about him.
I mean, Owen Daniels knows if the life of Brown is worth less than one movement of a Saurus, he just knows he is even worse off.
Yeah, he saw his buddy. He's like, damn, I saw my man like, stay put against a big ass Saurus, and I gotta go next to this one that's down, thankfully. So it's a little bit better.
I think we.
Oh, this is gonna be
Is
tough.
there a handoff? It's a risky one there, so no.
Yeah, I mean, if you fail it, that could go right into the crowd, but.
Right, okay. Everything's alright. Okay.
Bonk.
There
He used the team reroll there, which is not that bad considering he had 4, but I'm not sure where that catcher would have gone.
They will get a double.
Yeah, you have to double column like first thing. Granted, agility
that's a
5.
bit of a problem for the Woodies. Oh,
I don't know, your agility 5. If you wanted to walk through in a bunch of 2s and 3s, you probably could.
I mean, that's as big as a problem as can be.
He just stands up and blitzes. Oh my god, Owen Daniels thought he was safe.
Oh.
Okay, he lived, but man, that had to be like a heart attack waiting to happen. Come on, Tailgater. Come on, Tailgater. You can do it. Oh,
no,
you
he
think
can do a
1, 2,
double
3,
go
4,
for
5.
it.
Yeah,
I
he
mean,
could.
man, it's just time for craziness. You need to do something. Of course, the baller ignores your tail, but the others don't. So, just do crazy stuff. No, you're really. It's time for anything goes. I mean, I would put him there. He's waiting with the move of the Crux.
Do it. He's probably going to tag the ward answers, but...
No, he does it. He does it.
Yes, he's doing it!
Yes!
Yes!
That's a good one, because now their hands are tied. What can they do?
Yeah, this is great.
Game.
I will say, Gark, that if you love that minus agility Wood Elf Lino just out there doing his job for the team, I had the best Lino of all time then. He was minus AG, minus movement, and he stuck around for about 20 games doing the dirty work, and he was one of my favorite players. Was he absolutely worth the TV? No. But loved him. Loved every minute of him. What was the point of replacing him and hiring him with a new guy who had just the same odds of getting beaten
What
up?
would you do? I think leap, blitz, Cortland, and then just try to walk through with Veronica. Or would you just forget anything and just walk through?
Let's see. It's a 2+ there, and then 3, 3, 2, 2 game. Granted, that is a Shadower, so you could go through the other skinks. But when you have Stan the Man Jones,
and
I wonder if you dodge into a tackle zone and try to block Ken Jeong.
That's not worth it.
But it's cool.
Yeah. I mean, you maybe
No, you
will.
don't blitz Taylor.
Taylor?
Oh, Taylor. Okay, I'm sorry. I read that as Tailgater. Because I'm stupid.
Oh, you blitz either Cortland or King Jeong.
Thompson. Let's see. I'd almost like dodge into a tackle zone and then either hit Ridley or Ken Jeong. Because Thompson, like, there's a decent chance you won't take him down. And he's just going straight through.
Easy thing,
so, yeah, I mean, it's the obvious play, but most likely shadowing's not going to mess it up.
Now you jinxed it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously. But... Alright, so there's our first dodge.
The first one you do without shadowing. Oh,
I had to use dodge. And game.
Game.
Alright. Very, very fun game between Houston and Denver. Lizards fought back as much as they could against a team that it's just very tough for them to beat. Took it to overtime, but Elves got the ball and Elves did elfy things. Veronica Surehands, perhaps the hero. The wise trade up by Houston to get her services in the draft. I wonder what dumbass let Baz have that catcher. It was me. Alright. Well, good game to both coaches. Houston moves on to the second round. They'll play... Well, I guess we'll find out. Tomorrow night we've got the last of the wildcard games. I should be there to cover that one as well. So, who? It's Astaflix, our reigning champion, and Doofer, our reigning Frenchman. So Las Vegas, Icelandic, Dark Elves, Norse, stat freaks on both sides. It's going to be a hell of a game.
What will happen during the entire game? They will chat in French.
Oh, no. No Francois. No Francois, por favor. All right.
Yeah, they will frog around, you know.
All right. Well, thank you for joining me, Menno. Gark, anyone else who is here and watches this in the future? One more game for the wild card, then it's on to, the good stuff, the divisional round. Thank you, Gark.
Yeah. Thank you, XCon. Awesome commentary. And Gretz Basa, I mean, we know you got a bit trashed last time you confronted those lizards, and now you got revenge, so congrats on that.
All right. Take care, everybody.